Welcome back, everybody. So just last week I was filming a video on the golf cart here, and it was going to be about fixing a few minor issues on this and getting it ready to sell, just to maybe try something different this year. I was thinking maybe like a, I don't know, like a Defender or Commander, some sort of crossover or sport utility, I guess, SUV that I could use around the farm and still go on side-by-side rides with some of my friends that have side-by-sides or buggies, whatever you want to call them. So I ended up holding on to it. I'll show you why. I ended up buying this Wildcat Trail, which, like I said, as far as side-by-sides go, wasn't really what I was looking for. But the more I thought about it, my buddy's dad was selling this. He was moving to Florida, and he was giving a pretty good deal on it. So I picked this up and decided to keep the golf cart. I can use the golf cart around here, which is super handy for doing firewood and going out hanging tree stands. You got a huge bed with dumps for when you're doing firewood. Battery's about dead. That battery, I think, is shot. I just bought a new battery for the bike today. But you can throw your saw up here, and it's just super handy. It's got locking rear diff, nice tires on it. Still do the video on fixing this up, but I wanted to do a video and talk about this and some of the stuff that came on it, and what I plan to do with it in the future to make it maybe a little bit better, more trail worthy. So guess we'll start up here in the front. It's got an aftermarket front bumper on it. Nice LED light bar there. This model, these models came with Fox shocks. They're not, your, super expensive Fox shocks. They're obviously not reservoir shocks, but certainly better than anything Arctic Cat's gonna throw together and put on a bike. So pretty happy about that. That'll give us a decent ride. Came with 25-inch tires. Those are Carlisle's. They're Trail Pros. I think that's the stock diameter tires, but they're not the stock tires. The previous owner did put new tires on, and they're actually barely have the nipples wore off. So almost brand new tires, which is great. Up here you got this little, what amounts to a trunk, some storage under here. There's a tire plug kit in there that they must have just left in there. Got your half windshield. I may end up going with a full windshield, but I think if you do the full windshield, everybody says then you got to do the rear windshield too, because the air actually like blows around in circles and actually gets more dust and wind in there than if you just had no windshield at all. So I'm either going to leave it as a half or do the full and the rear windshield. So we'll see what I decide there. But it's got these mirrors, which are kind of cool, I guess. What else? You got your half doors, or I don't know, quarter doors, I guess maybe they're called. But I might do the bottom fill-in pieces or buy some tube doors, or maybe even build some tube doors for it. We'll see how motivated I am. Rock sliders, aluminum rock sliders. They got tube on the bottom. Feels pretty solid. You can see it's dented in one spot there, but better that than your body, your buggy there. So this is the original intake here, and the owner replaced that with a snorkel up there just because these are so low. I was reading actually a lot of people do that, so that's kind of nice. If you're crossing a creek or whatever, you don't have to worry near as much with everything routed. I think you got your intake for your belt, intake for the bike itself. Maybe two of them actually go to the motor. I'm not sure why there's three. I'll have to look into that. I haven't had it really apart at all. Then you got your vent lines that are run up through here too. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Probably would go to rear diff or something. Front diff maybe, but that's kind of neat. I don't know if these mud flaps came stock or if they were an afterthought. I'm guessing they were afterthought. They don't look factory to me. And then you got the rear bumper, Fox shocks on the rear. These bikes came with a Team Rapid Response clutch, which I think is just an aftermarket clutch company. I don't think it's, you know, Arctic Cat itself doesn't build those clutches, so that's kind of nice. Back here was the original air box. There's still an air filter in there, but not functional. 2-inch receiver, which is cool. The Razors, I think, come with a 1.5 or 1.25. I'm not really sure what size, but it's not your standard 2-inch. Like you could swap one hitch right out of your truck and stick in there and tow a trailer around the yard. So that's cool. Bed's big enough for a little cooler. Strap that down. I see they sell these kind of cool baskets that hang back here too. I don't know, maybe that's something I'd look at building or buying, but probably not very necessary, obviously. So that's kind of the walk around there. It's got this little bag up here that you can throw whatever you want, your cell phone, your wallet. You could even throw some beers in there. So normally, like on a Razor, you got your handle right here. This has a handle right there, and then you got your handle on the door for your passenger. What else? Tilt wheel, just like the Razors. Start it up. Got the fuel pump cycle. Fires right up. It does have 4-wheel drive, and then you got your locking front diff as well. Got high beams. Down here is my light bar. So, be nice to see how bright that is at night. So pretty low miles, 646 miles. Cup holders are down there on the floor. So this is a 700cc motor, and from what I read, it's actually got 12 more horse than the Razor 800 motor, so that's kind of nice. And then it's like 10 horse less than your Razor 900. So for a smaller bike, it should get up and go pretty good. This is the 50-inch trail model. You could widen it out if you wanted. I could put some wheel spacers or something on, or different offset wheels. But I don't know if I'll do that or not. We'll definitely ride it a little bit, see what we like and what we don't, and we can improve or modify from there. But should be fun, a little something different this year. I definitely want to get some sort of bike to ride too, just because I missed the DRZ. I don't know, I probably never posted on my channel, so nobody knows that I got rid of it, I guess, unless you're friends with me local. But I sold that, ended up paying for countertops in the kitchen with the money. So kind of, I guess, in the market for something like that, on off-road or adventure or whatever it may be. But this is something I've been looking at for a while, and I liked, the more I thought about this, I wasn't going for just a sport model, but the more I thought about it, if I have this and keep the golf cart, now I kind of have the best of both worlds for around the farm and around the trail. If I had 40 grand to spend, I'd go out and buy an X3 Can-Am and Can-Am Defender too, but that's not even close to in the cards. So we'll see. I think, I don't know if I mentioned it does have the roof on it, but that's kind of neat too. So looking forward to using it this summer, and I'm sure there'll be lots of new footage with the buggy and all my buddies that are into side-by-sides, and you know, they go different places. Some I've got a video, I think it's one of the first videos I did from down in my buddy's camp in Carthus, and I'm sure we'll end up down there eventually this summer. I was talking to another buddy earlier this week when I first got it about going down and trying the Hatfield and McCoy trails. There's a couple local spots, Demon Run in Bath, New York, and Tall Pines in Andover, I think it is, up by Alfred, New York. So lots of stuff that we can do, lots of places we can go, and honestly, I'm looking forward to riding it local more than anything because there's quite a bit of trails that I have access to around here. One other thing that I want to do to it, I've got this 3,500 pound Polaris winch. That was going to go on my golf cart, but I might just buy a Harbor Freight real cheap winch for that because the golf cart's not very heavy, and being 2-wheel drive, you're probably not going to get it stuck or try as crazy of a mud hole or whatever with the golf cart as you are with this. So I'd rather have the bigger winch on the bigger buggy, and then I'll buy like a real cheap winch to throw on the front of this, I think, now that I'm keeping it. So we'll still finish the video on this and the fixes that I got to do to it. So look forward to that coming soon, and definitely look forward to the maiden voyage on this bike here. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and plenty more to come. I'm going to try to put out a video a week from here on out, so we'll see what happens. Definitely going to be easier now that I got that Starlink internet for the house here. So real happy. Promise lots of good content this summer. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.